Since the establishment of provincial governments, there's been a lack of support from the national government. They have been operating on their own and were not able to deliver due to capacity problems. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says this must change and that the national government must work to strengthen and partner with provincial governments.
For the first time in the history of our country, provincial governments will now receive direct development budget, of which they will be entitled to looking after the infrastructure needs within the provinces, so that maintenance of those infrastructure and looking after those infrastructure is now left to the provincial governments. Of course, the districts will continue to get funding, but it is now aimed directly at sectors.
Prime Minister O'Neill also cautioned the governors that strict guidelines must be observed in implementing this budget. He says they must focus on the government's priority areas, which include health, education, infrastructure, law and order, and to create economic opportunities for ordinary citizens. He says the country is expected to experience a deficit next year when the construction phase of the LNG project winds down. This has prompted the government to allocate between 2 to 3 billion kina of the 2013 budget to infrastructure development.
So we are now targeting a small deficit next year, which will now mean that we will have to go into heavy investment in infrastructure. So close to 2 or 3 billion kina will be invested in infrastructure all throughout the country. Many are going to go to roads, many are going to go to health and education infrastructure, many are going to go to rebuilding the law and order infrastructure in the country. So those are 4 or 5 areas that we are targeting, because we believe strongly that it will not only underpin the growth of our economy, but it will provide opportunity for us to deliver better services in those areas to our citizens.
He has encouraged the Department of Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs to facilitate more of such conferences so governors can come together and share their ideas for the good of the nation. Ruth Rungula, National EMTV News.